Welcome back to the KJC Valorant Invitationals. This is the last game of the lower bracket semis in playoff stage 3. I'm 𝗏𝗆𝗍 alongside with Dash. And by the end of this, either Louvre or Kingsmen will be going home. And we will close the chapter of this historical rematch. And I'm excited because we're on bind.
Yeah, we're on bind, and this is not the map that Louvre wanted. So Kingsmen really bank on the fact that they're gonna go on to a game 3. And now that it's on game 3, on bind, on where they really are that good. So now it's gonna be a challenge for Louvre to be able to win here, because right now
revealing area.
It's on their side. It's gonna be defender for the side of Kingsmen. So this is gonna be on their bad hand. So Louvre needs to put in a lot more remove if they're gonna go for Louvre starting off with 1. Things happening for both of our teams. They're gonna push onto the A side. They're opening up a bit. Coming off and pushing on to showers. So at least would be able to stop this fight from getting taken by the side of Kingsmen.
Out of charges.
Yeah, and of course,
One enemy remaining.
𝗂𝗍 actually buys 2 kills. That's gonna leave Doctor all alone. Not Flaring all alone.
I have the
push
spike.
out. They have the 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏. Flaring was able to retrieve the spike, so they put themselves in a very winnable situation. See if he can make this work, because he has taken a teleporter to get the spike planted down on that B side. To take the side of 7 stars as well. At least he's not going to be worrying about that GC. In fact, you get the spike planted out in the open, as the other 2 members of Kingsmen, they're going to push in all the way from market into hookah.
Yeah, he doesn't have any info on where they are. He doesn't have stars to work with. So it's gonna be pretty easy here on for Kingsmen. Right now that the both of them are on hookah, he's just waiting for the timing, or at least on where they are. So let's take a look at what's gonna happen. He's going down to the count, 7 HP, trying his best to get something here. Would be able to get the right click. Maybe he can go for push, but no, he won't be able to get any shots in. And 𝗍𝗃 was able to push it out. 1 HP on both of them.
Unbelievable. I mean, Kingsmen, they were literally playing with fire in that round, but it was super smart. I mean, they took the risk and they trusted their partners to have their backs. That is gonna give Kingsmen the pistol round, and remember, this is their map pick. So last time they picked Ascent, they lost 9-13. We'll see if that is gonna be the same for Bind. Whereas for Louvre, they had a chance to close out Icebox, but again, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the clutch king of Kingsmen, forced Louvre to play a next single map, and I don't think they're happy about that. Another attempt to push it at least showers, but the chain shell is just gonna prevent that from happening at all.
Yep, I just forgot to point out both of them used breach on this map, so this is gonna be an exciting matchup with how it's gonna turn out. It's gonna be right now. The flash comes in, and they have been slowed down already. That's why LVR wasn't able to push back. So they're gonna back away, might rethink their decisions, and might go for a B side push. Gonna go for an info trap here.
And see how LVR is gonna do this. Again, they're working on the force buy, and it's what they love to do the most. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, he's might be the leg of Big first, and yes he does. That one with Nebula. Very atrocious to deal with. Also with that initial. He was gonna go for point. Yes, even just the safety as the rest of Kingsmen piled in, but the trade is still okay. The reload hurt by Lenny, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is gonna be punished severely for that. That's gonna allow Louvre to get the spike planted near CT.
Spike planted.
And
Last player standing.
That's not gonna work out. Lenny gets a 3K for himself, and now 𝗍𝗃, he will join the fray a bit late from showers, and this one. Of course, Lenny will close it out with 4K round that Louvre will win, and that's gonna force Kingsmen back onto kind of an iffy buy. In fact, they won't even have creds to work with for this round.
And now 𝗏𝗆𝗍𝗏, that was the second round that has been won by Louvre, and they weren't expecting them to go for an anti-eco round. And Kingsmen, right now, they are forced back onto these guns, and classics for sure. It's gonna be hard for them to turn this around, because Louvre was able to start off pretty explosively with that. They were able to be successful with the mission that they laid out for themselves. They were able to turn over to the Questmaster.
Pulling them in.
Now, Louvre, it's just gonna be playing really safely after rushing for 2 rounds.
And I mean, Louvre, they always love to go for the forced buy-in, and you see that a lot of times they do make it work. And the Red Coast is gonna have the Phantom, and of course Hazel will work with the Vandal. Everyone else back on Spectres. But when you look at Kingsman, these guys, there's nothing much that they could do. Not having any guns at all other than a frenzy in the hands of 𝗲𝗍. In fact, the stack 3 guys near gardens, and expecting if Louvre pushes in, they will have that crossfire set up. But again, that gun difference is going to affect this upcoming gunfight. 𝗲𝗍 is ready with the fault line. That's something that's not even going for it. 𝗲𝗍 actually got
Spike down B.
better than they've thought, and sure, the Doctor's gonna go down. They don't really have the guns to work with, but the damage has been done. They are still Louvre given a plant spike on that B site.
Oh, a great damage
Spike
being dealt
planted.
by the members right now of Kingsmen. They were able to get that just because of the fault line coming in from 𝗲𝗍. I was really afraid when 𝗲𝗍 was able to pick this breach, because I know 𝗲𝗍 would be able to deliver, and he showed a bit of his power. That was just 10% of his power, and he's not showing it all yet. So now, look at this. Here comes the push again.
One
They
enemy
have
remaining.
some guns to work with. They have the Spectres upgrades from their teammates.
𝗟𝗔𝗟𝗏𝗧.
Here, hard here on 𝗏𝗏, as you said, was a clutch master. Would he be able to get it against Hazel? He's gonna go for a push, but Red Co. Good timing with a peek.
Yeah, just again, great defense from the side of Louvre. At least to defend the post plant. But that was a round where Kingsman didn't really have the guns to work with. Only got a Spectre. They were able to deal some economical damage to Louvre, but since Louvre won that round, they will have enough bonus to go for a complete full buy. Same goes for Kingsman though. But the good news for Kingsman is that they have 3 ultimates available to use. So that's gonna definitely help them stop Louvre.
Yeah, and they would be able to do that. And Kingsmen,
Bomb
with
buddy out.
fortune in his own hand, it'd be easier for them to secure some rounds for themselves. Yeah, especially the rolling. Like what? Very fast. He would be able to get one, but not
Take
two.
flight.
He was cancelled by Lenny. And now Kingsmen, less to work with. They use the gravity well. They
Bomb
use
buddy
the
out.
rolling thunder.
Spike
Was
down
good, but the
B.
Doctor was able to
One
knock it
enemy
down.
remaining.
And Kingsmen now, wow, they made it work on B side. That was the bait on A, but Louvre was too slow for that, and now Kingsmen are here to capitalize.
Yeah, and well, despite Louvre not being able to, despite Kingsman losing that breach, they have dealt severe damage to Louvre. In fact, look at Lenny. He is trapped in this
Scanning ahead.
map. Throws out the recon dart just to get some intel on that A site. It's actually bouncing into teleport. Okay, gets the lineup, but Ivan better with the wall bang, whips it out.
What was that? What was that lineup coming in from them? I wasn't really expecting that to happen, but right now, with Louvre losing that round again, they're gonna be forced onto this if he buys. They have some guns to buy with though. They have some credits if they want to, but Kingsmen, with the ultimates that they have, they don't even hesitate to go for ultimates if ever they needed. And that's what I like about Kingsmen. They are now on the driver's seat, especially on the defender side. They need to get some rounds, a lot of them, against Louvre, because later on Louvre might have a better hand if ever the defense comes in for their side.
Yeah, but that was a creative one from from Lenny. But Kingsman at the end of the day still won the round, so there's nothing much that Louvre can do in that situation. In fact, let's look at the buy. A Shorty, a Sheriff, and a Vandal for Hazel. Most likely gonna give himself a light shield to boot. But Hunter's Fury available for the side of Kingsman. They are 1 point away from Cosmic Divide, the Rolling Thunder, and the rest. Whereas for Kingsman, 𝗏𝗏, the Empress is online. So this guy, I mean, he's the, we say Risa is the clutch master, but I think 𝗏𝗏, he's the general. Winning all of those crucial rounds for his team, and with the Empress, you bet that he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. But Louvre now working with those iffy buys. They made it work once. Let's see if they can make it work again.
They're going for it, and they're gonna get more. That's what I like about this. And right now, looking like Kingsmen are taking cover against Louvre. They lost the first round, which was a mistake for them. But now,
Nowhere to run!
Ivan was discovered, and here comes the party. Just look at that, even the Satchel Charge wouldn't be able to save Ivan. Now with the Hunter's Fury, that was good for the side of Louvre. They are backs against the wall just because they are on shorties, they are on sheriffs, and it's not what you want to happen. But they committed the Hunter's Fury anyway, so they are gonna be committing onto B side.
Yeah, and Rico, he's ready. We have Zeke and the Doctor on that B side.
Concealment!
Playing soon. You hear
Pulling
the
them in!
Nebula and Ravely well all use the Doctor. He's gonna try to stay alive as long as possible. Zeke with quick crossfire. So they don't know the Doctor is there.
One
And
enemy
that is
remaining.
Perfect timing and look at that. Look, going to absolute disarray. There's a 2-man Kingsmen make it work.
Okay, I wasn't expecting them to go and push on to B. The gravity well was able to stop down Redco even though he was flying. That is what you want to see for Kingsman. That crossfire was so perfect that nobody was able to get a kill on them. Even if the classics was pulled out, they were able to get it. And that is now going to be hard for Louvre. But now, they have some ults to work with. They have the Rolling Thunder and the Cosmic Divide. So they would use it in the next round for sure. Committed Lennox ultimate, which was at least a bit expensive for them. But now, Kingsmen doesn't have anything to work with. They only had the guns, but Namfu is holding that operator, so they need to be careful.
And now the A side was completely untouched. And we see if Luke can make it work again. You know, they put the guys on that B side once more, but this time with better guns. See if the Doctor and the Doctor and Zeke can hold down the side for another time, and Rico. It's gonna be a bit more thorough. They don't want to
You want to
for
fight it!
second time, but the Cosmic Device
Pulling them in!
to keep Zeke alive for now. But the Doctor spray through Razor joins still get 2 kills.
You will not kill my
Had to pay a price for it. They bring back up to life. But Louvre, they still have some control over the map. The safe barrier is going to prevent those shots from coming through. This Cosmic Divide
Spike
also
planted.
will buy a bit of time, at least for Louvre. But here comes the blue bot being used as well. Ice is ready for the fault line. He has the Rolling Thunder. He's about to land the rip. And everyone for the side will go into the elbow. But the Cosmic Divide just in time to protect the Doctor. And now there's a crossfire set up for Kingsman. This is huge. Zeke is reading right inside Hazel, and he knows it. But the shots don't go through because of the wall. But he has to even go for a jingle. Oh my goodness. Hazel, he's gonna stick his foot. And now Heist is gonna
One
pay
enemy
back
remaining.
with 2 kills of his own. Kingsman just were not able to stick the landing, and Namfu is trapped in elbow with an operator. He gets it dismissed, but can he get away from the blast? It is time to run for it, and he should be able to make it out. The Nebula dissipates just in time, but thankfully Louvre they're all the way, and Namfu barely makes it out with that op.
Oh yeah, he was almost dead there, but now they were able to get the win. Louvre, a great lineup there. They were able to use a lot of ultimates during that round, and that was very crucial for their win. They used 3, and that's very big, but at least they were able to get the win. It's getting really expensive for both of our teams, but it's okay. At least they're getting some rounds again. So Kingsmen, right now, they need to commit some of their ultimates if they want to get the same results as Louvre. Right now, it's Kingsmen always getting the advantage. I mean, Louvre always getting the advantage, so it's still looking pretty good for both our teams. It's still possible to come back. Let's see if they would be able to get it. But right now, Operator is still on the hands of Namfu. They need to be careful with this again.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, there's so much timing involved in that previous round. I mean, the Cosmic Divide sure it kept Kingsman alive, but Hazel was the fortress, you know, for his team. That really could have gone bad if Kingsman was able to clear elbow. With that being said, Louvre, now they're gonna change their attention to that A site. Normally will be stuck in by Gravity well. It's gonna be forced away. He was send a Roomba after him. That's gonna allow Lenny to get some ground, at least in showers, and get the orb for himself. Northful, will he go for this challenge? Yes, he does. Takes the Lenny. That is great news for Kingsman.
Good advantages for Kingsman again. They are going to be taking that in their bag pretty easily. They would want that. So now, Louvre is just looking for the right there. Redco comes in with the gravity well. Good stop them on this tracks, and that's the reason why they were able to get the win there. Ivan was able to get the headshot anyway. So now they are going to be rolling that out. They're going to go full lamps. They have a lot of ways to cancel
Spike
this
planted.
out, and this is going to be the time for them to step up. The showstopper comes in. He was canceled. The cannon was there. It is ready, and this is going to be flaring. Last one standing for the team. Might be able to go clutch for this though. It still is holding on a very good angle. The angle of engagement on this time is going to be good for them. This time is not good because Louvre is waiting just in time. And they are going to be winning that round against Louvre.
And that was showstopper committed from both teams, but for Kingsmen it was a bit more worth. Flaring had nowhere to go because he knew that North was watching it from that angle, and the gravity well forced him out of his hiding from bench. And that's going to allow, Northwood to get the easy kill. Kingsman takes the lead once more. Empress not yet needed for the side of Kingsman. We really have to give credits to both Northwood and Ivan. Those two initial frags were huge. I mean, Ivan shot Reiko out of the sky as if he was nothing. Kingsman with the lead. Louvre back onto those iffy buys. I mean, a sheriff and a judge. Nothing much that they can work with. This is going to be Kingsman's chance to extend that lead.
Want to go for more. So now, with that, they are slowing it down on the side of Kingsmen. It's very characteristic of them. Even if they will be able to win, B side might be the target again. This is the side where a lot of the rounds that Blue won is on B. So they are going for a push.
Enemy tag.
They would be able to discover B. They are going for guiding light. The Iron to come in. He is discovered though, so it's not going to be good for them. And this
One enemy remaining.
On their side again. Reiko trying to
down,
rescue something
B.
though. The big shells would happen, but still, Kingsmen is able to get the win in the end.
Again, Kingsman shoots. I believe this time they shot Hazel while he was on top of the Sage wall. And Kingsman just super sharp with their shots. This is surgical precision from the side of KGM. This defense on buy, I mean, and this is their map pick, and they're showing it. Their defense is always about those chess pieces. It's always about being tactical. And you can see that Louvre, they've been trying a couple of times to really break that mold, but Kingsman just hold down the fort, and it made it look easy. This time though, they have the guns. They're gonna try to go into the B side one more time. Kingsman though, they're gonna put both Zeke and the Doctor once more. These guys, they did win a 2v5 early on, so I'm not surprised that they are gonna be the ones that Kingsman rely on. In fact, Louvre, they will try to push the issue, but the rest of Kingsman, they're already
Going for a flash again, and Zeke is able to get the one, and that is what's important for this side. But Louvre is going to be taking over the side without any contest. Rolling Thunder is up on their side, so it's still possible for Kingsmen to be able to take
Spike planted.
just position it well, going in for it. Able to cancel that. Rolling Thunder came in, and it's going to be bad for them, but there you go. The smoke camp comes in to help out their team.
Last player standing.
This is going good. They will be able to get the kills, and now they won against Kingsmen again.
Rolling Thunder committed from Kingsman, but to 0 returns. Fortunately, Louvre was able to set up the post plant, in a perfect fashion. There was a flank from Ivan, but he was shut down by Hazel, who was staying in hookah. And the Rolling Thunder, even though it knocked out I think 3 guys from Louvre, they were able to tuck themselves out in the corner. So the Nebula also prevented Kingsman from really figuring out where Louvre is going to be. So they had to check all those angles by default regardless. And it really gave Louvre a lot of room to work with. In fact, now 3 ultimates are going to be online. You have the Cosmic Divide, the Hunter's Fury, and the Rolling Thunder. Louvre, they are looking to take this
You
round
are
and
divided!
equalize the score.
There's gonna be the push coming in to show something over there, and there you go, man. It's just them going for more, pressing their advantage. This Cosmic Divide is just gonna make it look easy,
Plant
but
this
here
spike.
comes the plant. It's a bit too late. We're losing a lot of time in the Cosmic Divide, but at least
Spike
they were
planted.
able to get 2 kills anyway, so this is gonna be easy here. Oh, but the timing, oh no! Flaring and Doctor weren't able to beat. No, that's not gonna go good for Doctor. Right now, this is gonna be push happening for them. Ivan is here waiting. Push. Ison looking at him, gets a headshot. He might get more. He gets 2, so it's still possible for the team. Both of them are far, far away. They don't have any lineups to stop this from happening. And there is going to be a teammate coming into their side. Flaring is also here waiting. 𝗟𝗏𝗽 is not there
One
anymore,
enemy
so it's
remaining.
still possible. 1 HP onto 1. He needs to just get one more shot. It's still possible. He's gonna exchange his teammate. 𝗏𝗡𝗼 right there, and that's gonna be Kingsmen. Gonna be able to get it. What a good communication from both of them.
And Ivan had less 1 HP. If that statue charge exploded on top, anywhere near, he would have gone down, and that round might not have been possible for Kingsmen. And what's more, this was the second time we saw Kingsmen on this map where they were stuck in this retake situation. They were desperate to get the XP defuse, and they made it work with just sure coordination. Ivan clearing out U-Haul all on his own, and even takes care of a shot. So much patience, so much composure from this race player of Kingsmen. Now
Pulling them in.
Check the hookah, but there is a gravity ball as well. That's gonna really delay that boom bot. It's gonna go off without doing much. But there's the pain shots from Rico. Out of his hiding.
One jab.
But Zeke is dead, ready for the trade. And he's now gonna send out all of those people. And that's gonna reveal where Luke is. Rita is holding back. He still has the athlete. Running this cross there, and good wall back with the
Spike down.
Rita's going to go for more. Holds on the trigger. 𝗏𝗃 finally kills him off, but some damage to 𝗏𝗃. Rolling Thunder now comes out. The Trailblazer actually hits on the 𝗏𝗃. Brings it down to 31. There's
Spike
an operator
planted.
on the side of Kingsmen. They throw in the leer. Full method of
One enemy
𝗏𝗃
remaining.
Zeke's gonna take out 𝗏𝗏.
Your
Hazel
duty
does
is
trade
not
back.
over.
Brings 𝗏𝗏 back
Last
to life.
player
And now
standing.
𝗏𝗏
One
trigger
enemy
comes
remaining.
off with the company from behind. Who's on the classic? It's between him and Hazel. The Phantom and Novel needs to land the shot. Hazel is better in this round. And Louvre were able to prevent Kingsmen from straying too far away with the lead.
Last round in the half.
What a good bait and switch with the resurrection there from Louvre. Hazel was able to make it work for them, for their side, and now Kingsmen, they want to press their advantage. They need to win this round, but look at that. They don't have any credits to do that, and the operator is on the hands of 𝗏𝗏𝗽. I mean, they're on the defender side anyway, so it would be probably easier for them to do that. So they are just going to be needing the doctor onto hookah, and they have 2 ultimates to work with. They might be able to get 3 with the doctor if he gets the first hit. The cosmic divide is a possibility. Still, Ivan goes in with a very aggressive push. Now here comes another showstopper to answer back. 3 members are here waiting though. They need to be careful on how they use this. The timing's not right because Ivan was able to cancel him out, and there's the trade happening, and they might be able to get what they need here. So Kingsmen was able to push. They might go for more. They're trying to check out their angles, but still, Louvre is gonna go for this. The doctor was able to see him. Here comes the party. The judge is here. Was able to get it anyway, but at least 𝗏𝗏𝗽 was able to cancel it out. And now they are gonna back away. At least Kingsman was able to do some damage against Louvre.
And slightly unlucky for Riza. I mean, that initial spray, but Zeke takes out flying from spawn. And Louvre, they are now kind of trapped in their own.
Here. One enemy remaining.
There's
Spike
another
down.
trade
Attacker
in
spawn.
favor of Kingsman. 𝗏𝗏𝗽, he gets to pick up the Bulldog, but you cannot make it into that market. You have the doctor holding that angle with a judge. 𝗏𝗏𝗽 is about to meet his maker because the doctor spray him down from the back. It is. Kingsman closed out the first half, 75.
Well divided.
What was that?
Switching
That
sides.
was the most unfortunate situation for 𝗏𝗏𝗽. 𝗏𝗏𝗽 was expecting that they are gonna rotate already, but the doctor stood his ground, waited for the timing, and he was able to get the win with the judge in hand. That was pretty good to see. But now, Kingsmen back on track, 7 rounds on the board. They just need to press their advantage, but Louvre need to get this win if they want to equalize against them. So it's still possible though. It's still not anyone's game. It could be a long one, but Kingsmen, they might be looking for a victory here because this is their map as we remember, and what they want to do is just go and press their advantage. Looking at how it's working with the gunplay, they have been doing good.
So indeed they have, and Ivan's gonna lead the charge once more. We have seen this before during the lower bracket run where Ivan is an absolute madman. They're trying to clear out back B. Hazel is working the tubes, so at least the hookah control temporarily goes over to Kingsman as the rest of the KGM squad setting themselves up. A shot flaring was able to get a jump to get some info on where Kingsmen are. So this will prompt Kingsman to again rotate away. still a minute for them to make the decision, but judging from where they're going, this looks like a B hit.
They might go for a B hit. 1 minute in the clock. They can still rotate if they want to go for an info trap here. They still have the teleporters close to them. If they're gonna go for this, they need to be careful because there's two stars right here, and they don't want to get sucked onto the gravity well for sure. Right now, here comes the party. Here comes the timing. The paint shells has been pulled back. Hazel is going on to the back. Now they're gonna put their advantages. That is being going in for this. Rex was able to get two, and now Lou
30 seconds
gets the
left.
advantages here. There will be
One enemy remaining.
But
One
now
enemy
it's
remaining.
gonna be a 1v1 for sure. Oh no, that is unfortunate. Zeke was able to get no bullets onto that one that he exchanged.
Oh my goodness, whoever that gun belongs to really screwed him up. So unfortunate. Everyone was running out of bullets and everyone was just picking up guns left, right, and center. He had to go through that trash pile to pick up a classic that looks good on the outside but has no ammunition. With that being said, it's going to be Kingsmen losing that pistol round, and Louvre, they're on their way to equalize this.
They were able to get it, but now it was honestly really good for Louvre to be able to get that round, at least now to get the advantages. But it's the only thing Louvre is really does that after getting it, he doesn't know where he is right now, so he doesn't know, but they are going to be cleaning house.
Last
The
player
two already
standing.
and flaring was able to shut them down again. This is Louvre taking another round in their favor, and this is what they wanted all along, equalizing the advantage. At least they were able to put it into dust, able to burn the advantages that Kingsmen was able to put during the last half.
And again, in this bonus round, Louvre, they just do it so cleanly. Of course, the doctor, there's not much avenues left for him to work with, so might as well give it a shot. But with Hazel watching showers, yeah, he's gonna take out the doctor, no problem. Louvre finds the equalizer.
Got the equalizer, and right now, let's see on how they are gonna be using this to their side. But now, Kingsmen is back. They have the Vandals, they have the Vandals. You all know how are they gonna play this, because they have been taking a page out of the book of Louvre that whenever they go for the push, they commit to it. Kingsman has been known to play really slow. They always go for defaults, but right now, they're not looking at defaults, and they might be committing onto B side, especially against Ivan that's looking for a peek here.
And we'll see if Ivan can find that peak.
Bomb buddy out.
We all know that Ivan is either him or Nonfu who gets the fight started, and Nonfu put his weight in the last round. And this time, it looks like Ivan's gonna be the one that leads the cavalry forward. So far, they are not working with the best buys for Phantoms, and Ivan opting for the judge as they did not have enough crest to work with. So we'll see if Louvre can hold us back. They have Sentinel flaring on his way to the inside as well. They actually once coming from Kingsmen, but the wall from Hazel will again buy a bit of time for the rest of the team to come in. Ivan is waiting for Gado and might be able to make something happen with a double blast pack, especially when he has the judge in his hands. Louvre hasn't made a move, at least for Heist and Lenny just yet, so Kingsmen have an opportunity to get onto the site.
They haven't seen it yet. They know that Redco is jumping onto the backside, so they don't have any paint shells to work with, because they have already used the aftershocks getting used. Here comes the would be able to get used to push them back out of the way, but nobody is there looking at that angle.
30
so
seconds
now
left.
It's primed in position still. A lot of utilities have been used already, so this is going to be easier for the side of Blue to be able to get that Ivan goes in already, and there's going to be nobody on the back.
Last
Blue is
player
just cleaning house,
standing.
and now they all
Spike
fell down.
down, B.
Last one. The one right here, the doctor who is on a site would be running away.
10 seconds
just trying
left.
to take the time, because right now, if they lose the doctor, they wouldn't have any guns onto the next round.
Yeah, and as the doctor saves his gun, the rest of Louvre, they're gonna go shopping and get free guns for themselves. Except for the judge, they don't want the judge. They picked up... Oh, actually they did. Rico takes the judge for himself. Okay. Kingsman though, they're gonna call a timeout, and it's time to slow the game down a bit. And this was a time I remember on Icebox. They timed out at 12:10 and they came back in overtime. So perhaps this earlier timeout will be able to give them a bit more of a morale boost going into the attacking half, because Louvre on defense so far have been absolutely clean and crisp.
Yeah, they really know how to play this defense against a team like Kingsmen. Because, again, remember, this has been the pick of Louvre on this map, so that's why they know how to play it around. I mean, they don't have a lot to work with their records, because the statistics say that this is not one of their best maps, but it's showing that they can and will fight against Kingsmen this round. So the way that Kingsmen pushes onto the side is not pretty effective against Louvre right now, so they need to try something different. They need to put in the element of surprise against them. It's still possible though, because they are slowly building up on those ultimates, but Louvre, oh, flaring might get the Cosmic Divide if they opt to get it with the ultimate orb onto bats.
And that is again going to have make a lot of difference in those fights, right? We saw the usage of Cosmic Divide. No, you slice up the battlefield, you split the site into half, and on a map like Bind, there's so much usage for it, especially on that A site. That first like a Viper wall, but slightly better. And now with these two teams not having the Viper on the side, that makes the Cosmic Divide even more valuable. But both Lenny and Flaring kind of have an idea of where Kingsman might be. Northwood is pushing out. Lenny is waiting a bit too long. Live in the
Feeling safe.
That is the entry that you want to see from this Reina of Kingsman. He has always
I've
been
got your
a miracle
trail.
maker. High does catch 𝗟𝗏 kind of on the way out of the sequence.
One
Now the
enemy
rest of
remaining.
Kingsman gonna pour onto the A site, and the only one left alive is going to be High on the is going to be facing off against Ivan. They both kind of missed their shots, but Kingsman have the man advantage. That flash point is not going to do much. The Doctor will get the plant down. High's one
Spike
some
planted.
damage. The wallbang's not really going to connect too much, and with 15 HP, this round is definitely going to go to Kingsman. High does get the Doctor still though, so
Heal up,
yeah,
squad.
doing a lot of damage. The Kingsman economy. Ivan is that U-Haul, and that is sufficient. Kingsman, they tie it up.
Ooh, that was a lot there to take for Louvre. They lost the round against Kingsmen. They weren't really expecting that to happen. But when it's time to strike back, Kingsmen would always be there to perform. And Louvre, right now, they might get an operator onto one though if they would be going for it. But they have 3 ultimates to work with, so they just need to be smart, especially for Hazel. If Hazel gets this resurrection up, it could be harder. It's gonna be a 6v5 for sure. It's gonna be hard for Kingsmen.
Absolutely, in the 30 spray, in case Reiko wants to go for, go for the peak. You see that, I think Ivan, he is 1 charge away from the showstopper. And if Louvre loses this round, they're gonna go into pistols, and that is definitely not the position that they want to be in. Hazel has built the wall, and I think Zeke has kind of an inkling of that happening. It's not even gonna bother checking the B-long. In fact, they will at least try to clear out 𝗏𝗏, and they put Nonfu and the Doctor on the lurk so far. So Kingsmen have a lot more avenues to work with. They are gonna slowly inch their way towards that A site. See what they can do. Nonfu again taking control of showers. That is gonna be important for Kingsmen.
If Nonfu opens it up like how he did a while ago, it could open up a lot of possibilities for them, because they're looking on the side. 2 members are here waiting, and most of the members are expecting that they're going to go for a lead push, but now we already infiltrated the lamps, and this is not what you want to do, because right now already taken over half the part of the map. They have some Cosmic Divide to help them out later in the side of Blue if ever they want to shut them down there. So nobody's
30
planning
seconds
yet.
left.
Everybody's here. There's a stage line in play, but it's going to be hard if they don't have a wall on their side, because Kingsmen are cleaning house. Almost
1
all of them
enemy
are pulling
remaining.
down, and Nonfu takes down the backside. The last one standing is Hazel. Would be able to get a resurrection. If they would be able to, that is not going to be it, because Kingsmen will be shutting them down.
And with that being said, this is gonna be Louvre forced onto 𝗏𝗏 by look at the threats of situation for the team. Maybe they're still gonna try and force it. Let's see. Getting 2 Phantoms, a Vandal out. Perhaps they will have enough. I'm not sure if they go for Spectres, yes. So Louvre, they will force it this round, and you know that if they don't, if Kingsman get this, it's gonna be 10. And they don't want Kingsman to have that luxury. In fact, 4 ultimates available for KCM. So they have to be careful about. They have the counter Rolling Thunder, they have the rest, and the Cosmic Divide. But against the Showstopper and the own Rolling Thunder, that's something that you can rely on to win the round.
As you said, they have However, they are going to be relying
Wall
on
raised.
Stopper. Yeah, these four ultimates we're talking about, it's the really big ones that is going to be hard to hit against. So coming into this side with the ball onto B long, that might push them back out of the way. So Kingsman needs to
Enemy
take
mark.
their decision here. They
𝗓𝗏𝗃𝗃
the Hunter Fury anyway. He can see the target. He needs to back away. Ivan might be the next one shot. So at least 2 members have been tagged. So now they're 2 hits away from death. So they now have an idea that 2 people are on B. So if they go for that, the info trap has already been set. 1 is on mid. This is
Blocking vision.
Going to other sides now. A side might be the target. 𝗏𝗡 is gonna be the leader, the one that is gonna be
Concealment.
starting this fight up.
And there is both highs and flaring as well, so that is something that you can careful. Flaring, he just
Pulling
went to
them
the
30
actual bomb,
seconds
but
left.
there's the near side and the time. Zeke and 𝗏𝗡 will get both two, and they even use the rolling thunder and send high dead body into the air. It's a bit of a spectacle.
Spike planted.
Get him spike planted, and they will use the fault line into 𝗍𝗏 as well. That's going to catch Lenny off guard, but Lenny still wins up the gunfight. That is great for the side of LBR. After jumping 𝗍𝗏, there's 2 of them coming now, and that's going to be good news for Kingsmen. Because now they were just focused on
One
getting
enemy
onto the
remaining.
angle. 𝗏𝗡 already got the 3rd. 𝗍𝗏 shuts him down, but 𝗍𝗏 still has 3 guys to go through. It's
What?
gonna isolate this fight. That's a 1v1. He brings Lenny back to life. This is winnable.
One enemy
Ivan
remaining.
has the showstopper, and he's about to score the big bad rocket. Shoots it towards 𝗍𝗏. Lenny able to dodge it, but time is of the essence. He just does not have the clock to work with. Lenny now forced to head onto the side.
Concentrate, Sova.
At least get a beat.
Last player
but
standing.
That's pretty much it. No more time for Lenny to work with. Ivan is just there to make sure that he goes down. Ivan will join him in the grave for Kingsman. They will hit 10 points.
Yeah, and Ivan really died right there, but they used 2 ultimates on that time, which is actually worth it. Kingsman was able to gain the 2 round advantage there, so
I got
Lou
enough time to go
has
into the
a
Astral
lot
Form.
more to race off to inside of Kingsman. Right now, it's just Lou having a big disadvantage. It's just 3 ultimates on their side that they could leverage onto their advantage. So now, with that, there's a big statement that they can do here. Kingsmen could go for aggressive pushes. They can do anything that they want. The Sheriff is on the hands of Louvre anyway. So even with that, would Louvre commit this ultimates onto this round? Because if they do, it's not going to be worth it if they're not going to win anyway.
No, I mean, at least for Louvre, they are not gonna have, you know, the best buys, right? The Sheriffs, 2 Sheriffs, a Spectre, and a Judge for Ridco. But if you look at Kingsman, they are in decent crest position. Sure, 3 ultimates online for Louvre, but see if they can get those initial pickups. Ridco is gonna be playing in this tight corner of showers, so
Ooh.
𝗏𝗡 is actually
Okay.
gonna check this. Ridco, he just tucked right there and yeah,
Great
you see
hit.
the ankle on Ridco. Oh my goodness, just a pixel shot from 𝗏𝗡 takes him down. Ivan also clears out Lenny, and this is going to be Kingsman about to pour onto that A site. But Louvre have the read right. They have 𝗍𝗏 and highs around. And again, Rolling Thunder is available, so this is still possible for Louvre.
𝗂𝗃𝗃.
But with highs spotted out, 𝗏𝗡 is about to go in for the push. He's just gonna go right in. The Nebula, he actually catches the glimpse of 𝗏𝗡.
30
just
seconds
in time,
left.
and 𝗏𝗡
One
will go
enemy
down.
remaining.
𝗍𝗏 also gets picked off, and there's no chance for Louvre to even go for the retake. Larry will give it a shot. He's gonna catch 𝗏𝗡 reloading, but the Doctor will close out the round. As Kingsman now, they are 11. They're at 11 points.
Kingsmen just getting the win there was really great, and that was really scary, honestly, that they almost lost that. I mean, they almost lost his life. 𝗏𝗡 almost lost his life because Flaring just went into the nebula smoke, and it was crazy there on. But still, that was Kingsman round to win, and now Louvre has ultimates to work with. As we said, we're expecting that they're gonna be losing during that past round, but now authority has been set. The Kings are now taking over 3 rounds
Scanning ahead.
on their advantage. They're showing their supremacy here. So Louvre needs to shut them down. They need to be rebellious. They need to find ways in order for them to topple down the Kings. So Kingsmen are just happily sitting on their throne, and they are waiting for pushes coming in from Louvre.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, for the side of Kingsman, again, they came so close. The last time these 2 guys met, you know, was again in the lower bracket of the VCT Stage 3, but instead of the lower bracket semis, it was the lower bracket finals. So this is definitely a
Scout
journey
destroyed.
that feels very familiar, but it's gonna end slightly. It's gonna end soon for one of these teams. And Kingsmen always, again, when we talk about them and Game 3, they always give us a Game 3 and they always push us to the brink. But at the same time, they have a knack of making it work.
There.
So Kingsmen now feeling super comfortable. The wall is put up by 𝗲𝗃. You have 𝗏𝗃 on the truck. 𝗲𝗃 is around as well. 3 members of Louvre on that A side.
30 seconds left.
𝗏𝗃 is on control in all the difficulties. They have the face out. The head of on the side of Kingsmen. He actually catches non-pull all the way in as well. That is going to be great on the side of Louvre. They also take out Ivan on the same time. 𝗏𝗃 pulls out the showstopper. It's not going to find anyone, but Doctor, he is on the lurk, and this is going to be huge. He actually sees 𝗏𝗃.
10 seconds left.
Still lands it though. And Doctor now in a loading bay is where 𝗲𝗃 is tucked in. They should be around for Louvre as there's no more time for Kingsmen to get the spike down. So at least Louvre will still keep it close against Kingsmen.
They took a lot of time before they go in for the push, but they were stopped by the side of Louvre. And now, Kingsmen, they are gonna be trying something different now because they lost the Cosmic Divide during the process, and that's not what you want to happen during that time, and weren't able to capitalize on it. So Louvre was just waiting for the right timing. They were conditioned that Kingsmen would play it slow, wait for the last time, and during that time they won't be able to rotate anyway. That's why they tried to be very patient on their rotations, and just 3 people were able to make it.
Bomb by now.
And it's gonna allow Kingsmen, at least not allow Louvre to have some room to breathe. Kingsmen can try B once more. 2 guys in there. 𝗏𝗃 actually connecting to the Doctor for a bit, glaring kind of a threading with on thin ice. But Ivan has the paint shot and he can actually flush 𝗏𝗃 out. He's gonna go for a non-pull. Someone picks up Lenny, and here comes Ivan. He's onto the side and he's gonna come in from the other end. One face so far, glaring, keeping the team alive. He's completely shut that down. Now they will get the spike planted. And this is where 𝗲𝗃 can make magic. He has Rolling Thunder still available. You can see Kingsmen, they're playing outside. 1 in hookah, 1 in elbow, and 1 in the and 𝗲𝗃 is gonna let it rip. It actually connects onto no one. And at the same time, oh, he's lurking from behind. This might be huge. Reader's watching. Also has a Rolling Thunder.
1 enemy remaining.
The party is gonna be beginning. No one to play. Connects on the timing. And Kingsmen
The
will make it
future
the
is
match point.
radiant.
He was waiting for that. 𝗲𝗃 was
Match
waiting
point.
for the timing. The Rolling Thunder was made. That was basically a wizard battle happening during that time, but it was just 𝗲𝗃 having the better chance there just because they are primed in position already, forcing the members of Louvre to go in an unexpected position. So now, it's gonna be hard, man, because Kingsmen is on the match point, so Louvre needs to play to perfection. And it has been lessened. Their chances of winning has been lessened just because damage to their economy has already been dealt, but 𝗲𝗃 played it would be able to get the shot, and that's the most crucial shot the team was able to hit. One is already on the ramp, and now it's not going to be good for them, and that's the shot that come in. So that is the judge from them. The Cosmic Divide to stop them from getting the push. 𝗲𝗃 stops them from getting more and wreaking havoc. Louvre is going to be creating chaos onto A short. The Cosmic Divide has been used, but still, that is enough to stop them. Kingsmen, we're going to be making it work, because look at that. Now it's equalized right here. So the B-side rotation would be going right now. Ivan almost dying 3 HP.
And 𝗏𝗃, he has to move because the Doctor is already on that B side. And of course, Ivan
Spike
famously
planted.
known to not die. I mean, he has 1 in his name, so 1 HP is definitely fitting. The rest of Kingsmen, they're now also going to make it onto the side. It's going to be 3 versus 3. Ivan retrieves the gun from 𝗏𝗃 as well. That's where the body of non-Louvre dies. The Doctor not able to land his shot. That's going to be a good start for Louvre. Ivan is also in the red, so effectively 𝗲𝗃, and 𝗲𝗃 goes down. This is going to be hard, but 𝗲𝗃 gets the kill onto 𝗲𝗃, goes to the pop flash, and 𝗲𝗃 is going to pick the defuse.
1 enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Misses the shot, but 𝗲𝗃 needs to land the shot. 𝗲𝗃 is just going to jiggle peek him. This is going to every goal. There's no more time. 𝗲𝗃 has to commit to it. The shot doesn't land. He's
Attackers win.
Come me again when you're trying.
Survive the lower bracket. They will make it into the lower bracket finals at the face of Bleed Esports tomorrow.
Oh yes, they are gonna be the ones facing that out, taking Louvre out of the way. And now that is Kingsmen, everyone, taking the way, paving the way for the lower bracket finals. So now that is it. We have been your casters for today. See you guys tomorrow for more action on Valorant on KJC Esports. So that was it. We have been your casters. I was Dash and I was here with 𝙑𝘼𝑔𝑖. See you guys on the next one.